The Coin Market app is used to summarize everything in this movie. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my station to get more XRP news and news about cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. In a speech protecting crypto records, SEC Chief Gary Gensler gives a hint that he is stepping down. Now, before we go any further, there's a new crypto airdrop going on Telegram that will soon start. Make sure that you take part in this airdrop. Just below the movie, there is a link. Do not miss this. Let's go on with our video now. Gary Gensler, chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, defended his record on cryptocurrency in a speech he gave to a legal education center on Thursday. He also made it sound very likely that he would soon be leaving the agency. He also talked about his track record with Bitcoin. Donald Trump was chosen as the next president in the election on November 5th. This pretty much guaranteed that Gensler would not have much time at the agency. Gensler, who used to work as an executive at Goldman Sachs, could be demoted from his leadership role, and a new chair could be chosen by Trump, even though Trump is constitutionally banned from keeping his campaign promise to fire Gensler. It was common for chairs of the Securities and Exchange Commission to step down when a new government took office. In fact, Gensler made it clear in his speech on Thursday that he planned to follow that particular example. His speech was aimed at the people who work for the stock and exchange fees. It has been a pleasure to work with them to keep our capital markets the best in the world and do the work of the people. Besides that, he said, it was a pleasure to work at the Securities and Exchange Commission with other people who every day look out for the financial well-being of American families. During his speech to the Bitcoin Faithful Act gathering in July, the following people could have stood in for Gary Gensler, a crypto enemy. They were told a lot of things by Donald Trump, but the biggest cheers came from Gensler was hired in 2021 by Democratic Vice President Joe Biden, who was stepping down as president. He quickly became disliked by people in the cryptocurrency industry. A crypto venture capital company called Paradigm did an analysis of the industry and found that more than half of the enforcement actions related to cryptocurrencies that the Securities and Exchange Commission has seen since 2015 happened while Gensler was in charge. This includes his public appearances. He said that most cryptocurrency coins were securities like stocks and bonds and should be regulated by the SEC just like those securities. Those in the cryptocurrency business, on the other hand, saw Gensler as an arrogant bureaucrat who was trying to sue a growing company into submission or send it abroad. Please allow me to say that again. I'm going to fire Gary Gensler this very day. Donald Trump in July of this year, Trump has been working hard to get the Bitcoin business, and he has found a good target in Gensler. Before he spoke to the Crown at Bitcoin 24 in July, President Trump promised to fire Gensler, and he was surprised by how people responded. Trump's voice was almost totally drowned out by the cheers of the crowd after he said, "I didn't know he was that unpopular. Please allow me to say that again." Gary Gensler is going to be fired right away. He is happy with what he has done. Thursday was the day that Gensler's record was defended. From what he said, court after court has agreed with what we've done to protect investors and has thrown out all claims that the SEC can't police the law when securities are being offered, no matter what form they come in. Gensler also made it clear that he wasn't going after coding in a broad sense. For example, Bitcoin was never something he thought of as a protection. He said that we had been focusing on some of the other 10,000 or so digital assets. The courts have said that a lot of these assets were offered or sold as stocks. That being said, this is less than 20% of the coin market and less than 1.25% of the world's capital markets. Prices went down. Additionally, Gensler said that it was during his time in office that the U.S. had its first cryptocurrency-backed exchange-traded funds and goods. He said that investors in these products have gained from more information being available, better oversight, lower fees, and more competition. In comparison, this is not the case in the non-compliant crypto asset market. There has been a lot of harm done to businesses in this area over many years. Also, most crypto assets haven't shown any long-term uses yet, other than speculation as an investment and the chance of using them for illegal activities. In a speech, SEC, who is the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, talked about how happy he was to work for the agency. There were a lot of rumors going around that he might quit at the 56th Annual Institute on Securities Regulation, which happened yesterday at the Practicing Law Institute in New York City. This was his official comment. This is what he said: "I've been proud to work with my colleagues at the SEC every day, work to keep American families safe on the financial roads." To be clear, Gensler has not yet made an official statement about his decision to leave as of the time this story was written. President-elect Donald Trump threatened to fire Gary Gensler on the first day of a Bitcoin meeting in Nashville in July. This is why Gensler talks about his job in the past tense. Marcus Thielen, CEO of the cryptocurrency research firm 10x Research, told Decrypt earlier this year that the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission has usually left after a new administration is elected. For example, at the start of the Obama or Biden administrations, the chairman of the SEC left his or her job. During his speech, Gensler also talked about what he had done during his 3 years as chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission (SE). He said that the SEC had a hand in regulating the Bitcoin business. During his speech, he also used the chance to repeat his long-held belief that many cryptocurrencies are actually securities rather than commodities. He also used the event to stress how dangerous the business could be. Once it was announced that a judge had made a ruling in the Ripple SE case, XRP went up by 2090. This happened after the lawsuit brought against Ripple Labs by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). XRP is a cryptocurrency that Ripple uses to power its payments environment. In less than an hour, its value has gone up by about 29%. Stats from CoinGecko show that the price of XRP is more than 60 cents at the time this article was written. This is a rise of almost 29 in the last 24 hours. Trading for the coin the day before the reveal showed that it was worth about 47 cents. For the first time since May 2022, XRP has not been sold at 60 cents. Before John Hayward Andrew on July 13, 2023, as an example of a company that wasn't following the rules of the road, he specifically talked about the ongoing dispute between the SEC and the cryptocurrency business Ripple, which has been going on for a number of years. He said that investors have lost a lot of money in this field over the years during his discussion. The information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them. Before making any investment decisions, you should definitely do your own study and talk to a professional who knows what they're talking about.